All right, Joey, we're going to let you lead off with James McCourt.
I was muted. Hey, James, can you walk me through that last field goal and kind of where you were at as you lined up to kick that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, missing the first two in that quarter kind of set me up. I kind of set myself up for that opportunity. So I knew going into that last kick that, you know, I still felt as confident as I did. I felt confident in all three of those kicks in the fourth quarter, very confident. But, you know, kind of the same message from the Wisconsin game. You know, I missed a kick like the first quarter in Wisconsin, and I said, like, you know, you can fall down, but you got to be able to bounce back. You know, I fell down twice there pretty rapidly, like back to back. But, you know, I didn't really let it deter me because I knew that we still had a chance to win the ball game. You know, I had Coach Bellamy came up to me and said, you know, you're good. Coach Ligg, obviously, you know, some really supportive coaches on our staff that made me feel even more confident than I probably should have been to make that last one. But, you know, just super happy for the team. You know, we deserve this. We're a good football team, and we're slowly piecing it together. And, yeah, I think this win is definitely going to, like, propel us in the right direction.
You mentioned the Wisconsin game, and you've talked in the past about kind of setting yourself mentally to that moment. Did you do that again this game? Was there any bit of that?
Yeah, you know, I felt really good in all my kicks today. Going out there, you know, made the first two in I don't know what quarters they were, but they were short ones, which were nice to get, you know, get some confidence going after being quarantined for 2 weeks. And then coming into the fourth quarter, like looking at the score, you're like, yeah, I mean, most likely this is going to come down to me, unless we don't have a touchdown. How the offense was kind of rolling today was like we were hitting field goals, you know, more than usual. I've never had more than 2 field goals in a game, and today I had 5. So I knew how the offense was rolling, and I kind of got myself in the right mindset. And in that first kick in the fourth quarter, you know, I went out there, felt really good, just pushed it a little right, the 54-yarder. Second one, you know, same thing, really similar miss. I thought the wind was going to affect the ball a little more than it did. And I told Coach on the last one that I wanted on the right hash, just because I knew I could play that wind a little more. And, yeah, you know, it felt really good. I felt super confident.
Thanks, James.
I appreciate it, Joey.
All right, we'll go Gavin and then Jeremy. Go ahead, Gavin.
Oh, sorry, Jeremy. I was going to let you go next. But, James, what do you do after you miss a kick? Does it change? Like, does your reaction change in a game whether you miss or make?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you don't really want to wear your emotions, but you know, internally, you feel something. I mean, obviously, right in the last quarter when I missed those two, I was like, you know, I obviously was upset with myself. You know, I thought I was gonna let down the team or something like that. But I quickly got out of that mindset. You know, Lake came up to me and said, you know, one kick and you move on. No matter if it's good or bad, you know, if you make a kick, you still have to move on to the next kick. Doesn't matter. If you miss a kick, you still have to move on to your next opportunity. So, you know, I feel like I've been prepared for this, and you know, Coach Ligg has done a really good job in getting us mentally ready for these situations where you have to bounce back. And you know, he came up to me after those two that I missed and was like, "Listen, like none of those matter. What matters is the next one that you have." And I felt good. You know, I never really lost hope that I knew I was going to get another opportunity, whether it be there or overtime to kick. And, you know, I felt really confident in the operation with Ethan and Blake. So no, it was all good.
How would you just describe what the team feels like right now? Because it looked like, you know, I mean, I'm stuck at home, but it looked like you guys were feeling relief, but obviously excitement too.
Yeah, you know, there was definitely a lot of emotion in this win because we know we're a good team. And that's the most frustrating part about losing the first 3 games. And, you know, we kind of had a little bit of, you know, misfortunes come our way with COVID and the contact tracing, knocking out, you know, key players on our team like Brandon and Doug. But I mean, you look at how the team kind of responded in those, you know, maybe the Purdue game was great. And then Isaiah coming in this week after being quarantined and doing, you know, his job. I think that speaks a lot about the guys that we have on our team, and it speaks a lot about the coaches. But yeah, there was definitely a sense of relief, but definitely just a sense of like, enjoyment because we know that this team has a lot of potential. And like I said before, this win, I feel like there's still a lot of football left for us. And I feel like this win can really put us in the right direction.
Thanks, James.
Okay, we're going to let Jeremy wrap it up. Jeremy, Jeremy, you're the final questioner today. Go ahead, Jeremy.
Well, James, I know your house or apartment, this has been a rough couple of weeks. Just what has this been like to go through the last couple of weeks, not being able to participate? And obviously you and Isaiah are two of them out and make a big impact on the win.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely hard watching the games. We got the news on, I think, like a Thursday that we weren't going to play in Purdue and we were going to miss the next week because of contact tracing. And it was definitely tough because it makes you realize how easy this game can be taken away from you. And it made me appreciate like the times that I have like on the field with the coaches and my teammates a lot more. So it kind of made me take a step back, not really get caught up in the small things, but look at the big picture of it all and really just enjoy, because I never know when I'm not going to play again. It can be taken away so quickly. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I had a good feeling about this week. Rutgers is a great team, and we go back and forth a lot of the times. But I wrote in my notebook earlier this week that I felt a game winner was going to come this week for some reason. And my mom even texted me earlier in the week, so I have a good feeling about this week. And, I held on to that belief. Even in the times after the 2 missed kicks, I remember that what I wrote in my notebook, and I just knew that this moment was going to come that I'd have to deliver. So,
is this notebook a journal, or can you tell me what is this notebook?
It's kind of a journal that I have, just like that I write in like with practice notes, like a lot of mental things, a lot of mental cues that I have, and like how I felt after certain sessions of kicking, and what I want to improve, just stuff like that. And yeah, I don't know. I just wrote in it. I just felt like after COVID, the contact tracing, I just wrote in there. I was like, I feel like a game winner is going to come this week. And I showed the guys and they were like, no way. Like it manifested it. But that was definitely something pretty cool.
Thanks, James.
Appreciate it, Jeremy.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys.